Good morning and welcome. Let yourself come to a comfortable place. Sitting cross-legged on the floor is kind of the way that we always imagine doing these morning practices, but of course you're welcome to sit in a chair equally, or to sit up against the wall. There's no need for any kind of strain to be brought into your practice this morning. Let's make it as easy as can be. How about trying that for the week ahead? We're going to breathe in and out through the nose as we settle. And for some of us, it's nice to have the eyelids down. Others of us prefer to have eyes slightly open. And if you are taking your eyes open, just let the gaze soften. Maybe notice what's going on around the periphery. And be aware of the parts of you that are connecting to the floor. Let those parts of you just press down a little bit more. And you have this lovely kind of bounce back. The more you press down through that foundation, the more you can sit upright. The spine really wants to be tall. So give it the room to do that. And soften across your lips. Even if the eyelids are down, just soften through your eyes. This next 20 minutes is just devoted to tuning into your breath, tuning into that internal landscape. You gently start to move your head in a way that feels good for your neck. Maybe some circles, maybe some semicircles. And then changing direction. And then letting your shoulders start to circle. That's not my Ujjayi breath you can hear. I think it's probably my cat you can hear. And then maybe taking elbows and circling. And maybe taking full arm extensions if you've got room. And then letting your heart start to circle. I always think it's such an indication of how you are adjusting your tone, your vibration in your body by the fact that you become such an extraordinary magnet to any animals. If you practice outside, all the birds come. If you practice at home with domestic pets, they definitely come. It starts to make you feel a bit like Snow White. emanating this energy of love that they just can't resist. Moving in either direction with those circles. And then coming to center, reach your arms up overhead, fold your elbows, holding onto either elbow. Your head is free to move, it's just framed by your arms. And just start to breathe down deep into your tummy as you inhale. Pulling the tummy back against the spine as you exhale. And then a side stretch. As one elbow rises, and then the other elbow rises. How's that side body doing today? And straighten the arms up and fold them the other way. And just notice how that feels across your shoulders. Maybe you can bring the arms a little further back. And then release the arms, bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. You're going to take your hands forwards. Bring the backs of the hands together. Exhale as you sweep your arms round behind your back. Interlink your fingers, press your palms away. As you inhale, look up, open up the front of the chest, take some breaths here. Do whatever wriggle is needed to make some room. And then release your hands, taking them all the way around forward. Bring the backs of the hands together. And then interlink your fingers, press your palms forwards. Backs of hands lead. And then flip the hands so the palms lead. Chin towards chest, breathing into the back of your heart. And then coming back into center, taking your hands down into your lap. Left hand comes down to the floor, right hand rises. Stretch out between both hands as far apart as you can, and then exhale, leaning to the left. Right arm overhead. And keep the right sitting bone grounded. And you can start to move as you breathe. So if you've ever been lucky enough to see fields of sunflowers, it's such a beautiful, uplifting thing. I think it's impossible to be sad if you're looking at a field of sunflowers. And they move with the sun. So we're going to do that as well. As you inhale, you're going to look up like the head of a sunflower looking up towards the light. And then as the day closes, exhaling, looking down towards the earth. There's nothing straining about any of this. It's all just being curious. How can I make my body feel a little bit happier? Can I bring some space? How does the breath change the way that I feel? Inhaling as you come back up. Right hand comes down. Left hand lifts up. Take a moment to stretch out in either direction. Then exhale, reaching left arm overhead. And the right hand becomes a really nice little support. You can press down through the fingers. That lets you lift up higher. The left sitting bone stays grounded. And as if the sun were rising and you are the head of a sunflower. Inhale to look up. Exhale as you look down. And inhaling as you come back up to center. Lay your palms in your lap. Let's place left palm on top of right. So we're inviting that feminine energy of the left-hand side to lead the practice. That's the energy of going inwards, of being reflective and resourcing from a place deep within. Gently drop the chin down towards the chest just a little so the back of the neck stays long. And feel for yourself how the inhale and the exhale are feeling. How are they in relation to one another? They each carry with them a tide. I don't know if you can feel that. But there is tide that moves through you with this breath. Maybe you can feel it. Taking your awareness to your nose, just notice how the in-breath brings this cool, fresh energy. On the inhale, you can feel it through your nostrils. And how the out-breath releases this warm, processed breath energy. There is a difference in the feeling sometimes, not always. See if we can gently start to lengthen inhale and exhale. Nothing forced, actually just the moving your awareness to your breath is usually enough. And then bringing your hands to your heart center in a prayer pose. We're going to start to lengthen the exhale. So let's inhale, maybe for a count of 4. I'm not going to count, I'm not going to dominate your practice. So you just feel for yourself, maybe a count of 4. And if it is 4, then exhaling for 8. As your arms go out wide to the side and down towards the floor. And as they reach the floor, you find that place where the exhale is empty. And you just pause there with lungs empty as you return your hands to your heart. So inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 8. Holding the pause as you return to your heart. Inhaling. Exhaling twice as long. Holding the pause as hands return to heart. Keep going like that, at your own pace. We're not holding on tightly to any ratios, so let it feel instinctive and easy and effortless. Ultimately, we can trust those rhythms of the body. Perhaps the pelvic floor is also engaged as you practice, giving you that sensation of support and foundation from inside. As you engage the pelvic floor, you'll be able to sit up a little taller. And do 3 more. It goes without saying that if your arms are uncomfortable, just do the ratio. Not everyone's shoulders want to move like this. And then when you're ready, resting your palms in your lap. And let's try with the right palm on top of the left. See how that feels. So early in the morning, as it is right now, the body is pumping you full of the hormones that you need to get up. So it might be that the right hand on top actually feels more comfortable because it's more in tune with the pharmacy, the chemistry of your body right now. If you were to sit like this tonight and experiment, you might find perhaps that the reverse is true. Okay, so this next breath practice, very simple. I'm going to take the arms up to your side, elbows into your side. Fold the hands, palms facing upwards. But we're not clenching, it's just gentle. I've got hands that really like to clench, so I have to remind myself to keep them soft. As you exhale, you're going to take the palms forwards, pushing an imaginary force away from you. And then as you inhale, turn the palms upwards. And bring those arms in towards you, elbows stay tight. Let the heart move forwards between the gateway of your arms. Exhale, pushing the hands away, the heart will rock back. Chin might drop towards chest. Inhale. Gaze might rise even if the eyelids are closed. Chin might lift as your heart moves forwards. So let this movement be as fluid as feels good for your body. We're each so very different. But what I do know is for myself, it feels the more fluid I get with the movement, the more delicious the practice feels. So we're kind of moving away from being the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. And we're kind of moving in the direction of Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Feeling that watery quality as we breathe. And then when you're ready, coming back to center, laying whichever palm you choose to go on top. And this is actually a mudra, the hands lying like this. the mudra recommended for meditation. So let's take the next inhale down into your heart space. You can visualize it coming in through your nostrils, traveling right down into your heart space. And as you exhale, letting that exhale emanate from the heart space like a ripple effect, moving out in all directions from your heart. Inhaling to a central point, a focus point within the heart. Exhaling ripples of heart energy way beyond the physical body, filling up the space that you're in between you and the walls, the furniture. Inhaling to central focus in the heart. And exhaling ripple effects traveling out way beyond the walls of the building that you're in to the space outside. Inhaling to the center of your heart, exhaling ripple effects from your heart out through the space you're in, the space outside, up through the atmospheres, up into galaxies. Enormous, immense expansion with the exhale. As you continue to practice that breath, that heart-opening breath, start to ask the question, what might be the intention for this week? Asking your heart the question, what might be the intention from your heart this week? Hearts speak in curious ways. It's not always words. Very often it's a feeling, or at least for me it is. We all have, each of our senses communicate to us in different levels of intensity. So for some people it will be imagery, others a smell. Some will hear, have an audio response from the heart. Some will feel, and for some there'll be nothing apparently. But there's different layers to consciousness and awareness. You don't need to worry if it seems that nothing comes up, because on a layer, on a level somewhere, you will have created space for the heart to express itself. Just trust that. And then taking a few moments to reflect on some things that you're grateful for right now. And offering our practice up to all sentient beings, that we may each find balance and prosperity in love, in health, in wealth, and in the ability to express our heart intention in this lifetime. Bringing the palms together. Sometimes it's quite nice to give them a rub. Build up a bit of heat. And then lay them over the eyes if that feels comfortable. Blocking out the light for a moment. And then gently starting to bring your hands away. And looking around at your space. Blessings this morning, everyone. We're going to have a beautiful week, all of us. I'm certain of it. And I'll see you tomorrow for some lovely dynamic yoga.